Are you one of the many people who suffer from low back pain? If so, we have an answer for you. I'm Joan Ward from Spin Your Gold, and today I'm joined by Chris Hole, low back pain specialist.
When people experience low back pain, first of all, the pain is the symptom and not necessarily the cause. So when people visit the gym and they try to, number one, strengthen their muscles and loosen their back, with the strengthening of the muscles, what they're doing is they're creating an imbalance which is going to create pressure on the lower back, which is going to contribute to the low back pain. What that pressure is going to do, that pressure is going to cause the lower back to stiffen up. So when people go to then stretch their low back out to try and relieve the pressure, what they're actually doing is they're making their back more vulnerable to low back pain. So idea that people bring to it, and this is what I've seen in other trainers, working in gyms. I work in lots of gyms around the UK, and one of the big things they do is they say they need to strengthen their core.
Yes.
And now strengthening their core brings on exercises like I mentioned before, sit-ups, crunches, side bends, twisting, back extensions, all those types of exercises. And one thing that I now understand is that those exercises aren't that beneficial for low back pain.
No.
What we have to do is we have to regress all the way back, so we have to bring ourselves off this no pain no gain mentality. We have to go back to the body and we have to say, body, what do you want? Because that's basically the question that I've been asking myself with regards to exercise for low back pain. What does the body want, sort of anatomically and physiologically?
Yes.
The no pain no gain mentality is very much a psychological thing. It's a whole mindset that has been brought on by the bodybuilding industry, which is sort of built on aesthetics and looking good.
Yes.
And also the sort of the military philosophy of, just keep working until your body can't function anymore, which is what a bodybuilder has conditioned himself to do, which is what a military person, that's their job, to do that in the military. So for those guys, okay, it's a little bit more specific for them. But with people in everyday life, it's not specific for them.
No.
They need to be able to live their life because they aren't working for the military. They aren't a full-time bodybuilder. So they need to be able to live their life. They need to be able to pick their kids up. They need to be able to do the school runs. They need to be able to do all the household chores. If they go to the gym, they need to be able to do that and to complement their lifestyle rather than hinder it.
Yes.
So exercise for low back pain is built on the philosophy of it's there to complement someone's lifestyle rather than hinder it. Now practically, it's making exercise a part of their life, not making exercise their life, which is what a lot of people, because of the whole aesthetics, wanting to look good, which is portrayed by the media, they don't necessarily use their body properly, so they might look good, but they compromise how they, in a sense, feel with regards to their joints and things like that.
So what I think you're saying is that if you're feeling pain and discomfort, that's the body saying, hey, hold on a minute, stop what you're doing. It's not good to push through this pain to try to get to the other side. Stop and listen.
Yes.
And that's what your body's giving you, very important signals there.
Yes, that's one of the big keys and one of the big principles. And on the one-day seminar workshop that I do, it's first of all understanding what the pain is. A lot of people think pain is bad, and then they give themselves a painkiller to get rid of the pain. But what the pain's telling them is exactly that. It's a message to the body to say, stop.
Okay, Chris, in order for people to find out more about your alternative approach to dealing with low back pain, we will jointly be running a webinar on the 26th of November at 8 p.m. GMT. Would you like to tell me a bit more about what you're offering to people on that webinar?
Well, I mentioned the first step to overcoming low back pain, which is removing the cause.
Yes.
Now, what I'll be able to do in the webinar is I'll be able to talk them through each of the 7 steps.
Yes.
So I'll go back through obviously step 1 and explain what that is, and then I'll talk them through the remaining 6 steps.
Yes.
And what that will give people is it will give them that clarity and that knowledge and that confidence to be able to go to the gym or be at home and understand first of all, sort of what their low back pain is. So if they feel pain, they know it's a response to their body saying, don't do that.
Yes.
But what they'll also be able to do is it will give them a solution to not see that pain as a hindrance, but it's a guide.
Yes.
And then if we can use the 7 steps to low back pain and the signals of pain, we basically move straight through, and then the back pain, as we move through the steps, just eventually just fades away, and then the pain that the people experience becomes a lot less.
Okay. So, and that's a free webinar. So if people wanted to join, they can just register at the link below and hear all about it.
Yep, absolutely, and I'd be more than happy to speak to people regarding it. I'm sure we'll have some questions and answers come the end. So if you do come armed with any questions, because it's all there, all this information is there for the people.
Yes.
Because that's basically what it's built from. I've gone through the 7 steps. I've distilled it into those 7 steps, which is basically my journey, which you heard about earlier, distilled into 7 steps. And then it's basically just taking people and putting them on that journey so they can overcome their low back pain that they're feeling.
Chris, thank you very much for joining us today.
Not a problem. It's always a pleasure.